Welcome back to another episode of Saline News, the news you need to know. Before we begin with the top news stories, we have two difficult topics we'd like to cover. To start, as almost everyone in the community knows, we recently lost Saline District Library Director Leslie Neathammer on March 11th after her heroic battle with cancer. Many people knew Leslie through the library, but her fingerprints were just about on everything in terms of organizations and community groups here in Saline. If there were a way she could help make Saline a better place, then she was definitely there. For us here at Saline, Leslie was one of the kindest, most accommodating people to work with. We produced dozens of videos with her, and it was always a joy to work with her. So I personally can't say enough kind things about her. So in honor of her, we'd just like to take a moment of silence in this video to remember her and all the things she did. Unfortunately, we have to follow that story up with another sad piece of news. For those who haven't heard, after 10 years of serving the Saline community, the 212's Art Center will be closing its doors this fall. 212 has been a staple of the community in so many different ways, from offering art classes, to their involvement in community events, to putting on local shows featuring local talent. They've done so much to provide Saline with an injection of art that we all benefited from. They were another group that we loved working with here at SCTN, and of course 212 will still be involved with the community through the summer and the early fall, so be sure to check them out and get involved and reach out to them and just let them know how much we've appreciated all that they've done. And if you'd like to know the whole story about how the Art Center was formed and all they've done, look for a very special video that we've put together in honor of them coming soon. Well, a lot of other news has occurred in Saline lately, the biggest and most notable of which is the construction which is currently happening downtown. The Main Street renovation is a huge project, and we wanted to help provide you with as much information as possible about what's going on. That's why we want to give you as many options to find out about what's happening as possible. Of course, the city will be updating citizens through their FYI newsletter. Regular news posts will also be coming through the Saline Post at their website, and we'll do our best on our end to get bulletins up detailing the work throughout the day. If you're interested in seeing what's going on, we've also recently partnered with the city to set up a webcam of the downtown work going on. You can find a link at the feed below, and a special thanks for Mangiamos for letting us use their roof for the feed. And of course, the most important thing to remember is that all of the businesses and organizations downtown will stay open, and all events are still going to occur despite the construction, so remember to visit downtown regularly and support those businesses. For anyone with students in the district, you'll be excited to hear that Saline Schools has picked a new principal to replace Dr. Julie Helber, who will be leaving the high school this year. Current middle school principal David Raft was offered the position last week, and he gladly accepted. He'll move over to the high school and begin preparing for his new role this July, so congratulations, Dave. And of course, with the need for a new middle school principal, the schools have announced that Brad Bizu, the current principal of Pleasant Ridge, will move into that role, so congratulations to Brad as well. We're really happy to see two of Saline's best administrators taking on new roles in the district. And of course, congratulations go to Dr. Julie Helber on being named Superintendent of Chelsea Public Schools. We know they're lucky to have her taking on that position next year. Speaking of new positions at Saline area schools, Drew Denson recently left his 15-year run as Saline's hockey head coach. Denson left to help coach his son's youth team, and in his stead, Saline has announced that former Ann Arbor Pioneer coach Paul Fassbender will take over as head coach next year. Fassbender will be walking into a team losing several senior players and reorganizing after a few years of changes, so we're excited to see where the team goes from here. If you want to learn more about the fine details of the transition, be sure to check out MLive's write-up on the story at the link below. Jumping back to some city news, April was a month of special work sessions for the city as city councilors and city staff met to discuss the fiscal year 2017 budget. Now, I'm far from being qualified to break down all the different topics discussed during the meetings, but if you'd like to find out more about all the details they discussed, you have a few options. So first, we will be airing the work meetings in a group over the next few months on Channel 18. And if you'd like instant access to those videos, you can head over to the city's Vimeo page at vimeo.com/City of Saline. And if you want a complete write-up of the meetings, then the Saline Post has had some great articles breaking down the meetings each week as well. It may not be the most glamorous of topics to discuss, but it's always great to keep an eye on what's happening in your city. Well, that's all the stories we have for you this week. Of course, thank you to the Saline Post, the Saline Eagle, the Saline Sun-Times, and MLive for helping provide us with some stories. And of course, we try and provide as much coverage of city events as possible as well. If you want to find out more about SCTN, you can go to sctn.org, our Vimeo page at vimeo.com/SCTN, or you can follow us on Twitter or Facebook, or we're pretty much everywhere. So come check us out, and thanks for watching.